KevG weather overview and the tail of the tape for January. Days with rain or snow, 16. Days with full sun, 3. Consecutive cloudy days, 8 in a row. And when we had the clear sunny days, they were on the cold side. So this was one of these months that was gray and dreary. And if you noticed it, that over the last week, 7-8 days, you're saying to yourself, where's the sun? You were not alone, and the weather has borne that out over the last 7-8 days. So we are finally entering the month of February, and the Weather Prediction Center over the next 7 days has us pretty much high and dry. The main areas of precipitation, we are going to see a tremendous amount of rain along the west coast of California, and they are going to get pummeled with heavy inland snow and very heavy rain along the coast in places that don't normally get it. It's almost like a repeat of last February. Also, along the Gulf Coast where they do need it, there'll be some rain, and over portions of Florida all the way back into Texas and Mississippi and Louisiana and points west. But across the northern tier of states, very dry, with temperatures basically at or above normal for this time of year. The Climate Prediction Center is basically painting a very mild outlook for the first 10 days of the month. This takes us through February 10th, and they have much of the United States with the high likelihood of above normal, especially over the Midwest. Below normal temperatures would be confined to the desert Southwest, most of the West Coast, and believe it or not, the Sunshine State of Florida. Now, when we look at the 2-meter temperatures across the United States, we notice that there is a lot of warmth across the United States in a relative term, compared to the average. And when we roll this forward off of tropical tidbits, we notice that the warm air does have staying power relative to the averages once again. And over the southeast is where it's actually kind of dreary and below normal temperatures, and that's in response to a storm system that's going to be traveling down there and sort of meandering about off the southeast coast. And Florida and the Carolinas are going to be looking at below normal temperatures as a result, and even some rain chances there. Now, as we get into the latter portion of next week, by the time we get to around February 7th, we're still looking at near to slightly above normal temperatures, but most of the United States is still covered in this warm temperature pattern out through about February 10th or so. Now, when we look at the day-to-day off of weather.gov, they have our high temperature around 48 tomorrow. Lots of clouds once again. It'll take until the weekend until we can break out into some kind of sunshine, appreciable sunshine at that. And then I think once we get to the weekend, it looks like we should have several days starting on Saturday where we're going to see mainly sunny skies. I hesitate to say it, but yes, I think that we do have a possibility of seeing mainly sunny skies for a change as we open February. And for Friday, we might catch a flurry or two before we break out into some sun on Saturday. Friday is Groundhog Day, by the way, so people are going to be making a big deal about that. And Saturday's highs much around, basically around 44. And as we roll it towards Sunday, highs around 47, so not bad at all with mainly sunny skies. And then a bit cooler on Monday with highs going back to around 42 or so. And the same thing for Tuesday with highs generally in the low to mid 40s. So rolling on into February, it looks mild and dry as we start the month.